All right, guys, I'm going to talk a little bit about another 90s bodybuilder. I do a lot of videos, or have done a lot of videos about 90s bodybuilders, 90s wrestlers, that kind of stuff. 90s when I got into bodybuilding and myself. And a lot of the wrestlers, of course, as well, had bodybuilding type physiques back in the day as well. So before a lot of the heavy drug testing and that kind of thing. So, and a lot of them still do today. But one of those guys that actually did both was Achim Albrecht. Achim was got to start in bodybuilding. He was a 1990 World Amateur Championships winner, heavyweight, I believe, overall, and had a decent career for about 6 years, placing as high as third in a couple pro shows, Houston Pro, Niagara Falls. And Olympia, not so great, 17th, but had a decent career, competed steadily for about 6 years. And then, Vince McMahon was really he's into the bodybuilders. I mean, he likes to bodybuild himself. And Vince tried to start his own federation and that kind of thing. So in 1996, Vince offered Akam a professional wrestling contract where he trained and he would make his appearance in the WWF, excuse me, at the time. So back in 96, he signed a contract and he actually trained alongside Mark Henry and The Rock, according to this. But I could assume The Rock. I'm not sure about that. This information doesn't seem correct. Mark Henry, I can maybe see, but anyway, '96 he made his ring debut as Argo. He defeated Doctor X, and then he was renamed Brackus. So Albrecht, I remember watching him. He was on a lot of the dark matches where they weren't viewed, but because he was a bit awkward in the ring, he didn't seem that coordinated and that kind of thing. I'm not digging on the guy. I mean, he did what a lot of people want to do. I mean, he tried to be a successful wrestler, but it didn't last too terribly long in the WWF. And in 1997, he went to the United States Wrestling Association. He went to ECW for a year, but you know, it was one of those things. He just wasn't that great of a coordinated person, and he didn't really have the mic skills either. So it was unfortunately, one of those things. He was recalled to the WWF in 1998 for he lost to Goldust, which pretty much sucks. And then he got injured, I think, in 1999 with independent circuit wrestling on the independent circuit, and just you know, as a result of injuries to his knee and shoulders, uh, he did. Now he's a personal trainer and a sports nutritionist in San Francisco. So he tried a couple things, and what's really interesting though is actually Akam was a pretty strong dude, um, and he's actually had a career in two of the most dangerous sports on earth. I mean, guys that are into bodybuilding and guys into wrestling don't live that long a lot of times. These guys die young because of the traveling, the drugs, the lifestyle, the stress, all these things. And Akam is still around. So, I mean, you can give him props for that. These are pictures of him today. Now, obviously, he's in his mid 50s. So, he's lost pretty much everything. He's probably maybe on TRT now, but it doesn't look like he's lifting weights too hardcore. But he's around, he's smiling, he's still alive. So that's a good thing.